With head coach Ryan Craig, coach 4 in a row now and 9 of the last 11. This is a team that continues to win. And you said a little earlier in this stretch that the expectation has changed. Did that feel a bit the case tonight too, in another game where you guys come from behind?
Well, I thought we played well in the first period. To be trailing, I think was a little bit of disappointment. We didn't let it affect us, especially give up a goal that late. I thought it avoidable with some puck play in the neutral zone that we could have helped ourselves there. But I'll tell you what, if we're learning lessons while we're winning, that's a good thing. So there were some things we corrected. And I thought as the game went on, we got better. Obviously, we had chances and shots in the first period, but our checking improved in the second. In the third, you knew they were going to make a push. Big goal by with Ronnie and Brabs to extend the lead, and then we were able to hang on.
It was a really good night for the fourth line, and with Mitch McLean departing in the second period, that line even changed a little bit, but just constant pressure and some offensive production too.
Yeah, I thought if anybody played north, it was them. Played behind them. Their details were really good. We're on the forecheck, the reloads. Demick was moving tonight. McKay was moving tonight. But they understand what works for them. They get to the blue paint. They get to those areas, and we're able to have success.
It's been a pretty short sample size of Jakob Demick being back, but it was a long wait for him to be back in game action. Are you seeing a little more confidence or purposefulness from a playmaking perspective from Jakob than perhaps last season?
Well, I think he's a motivated person with what's gone on. I think he said to me he played one game in 10 months. That was obviously not by design and not a fault of his own with dealing with injuries. But you can see seems to be a bit of a weight lifted off him with coming back. I think he's excited to be obviously back around our group and contributing. It helps that we're winning, and he's a big part of that.
Braden Bowman, 2 goals for him tonight. He's now double-digit in goals. What have you liked from him as an improvement of him as the season's gone along?
Well, it's a similar progression with a lot of those first-year guys we've had this year. We've leaned on them as the year's gone on. They got better. There was a bit of a dip there, but they've come back and pushed through, and you can see their games continuing to build. I think they're finding out a lot about this league, learning a lot that way. They're learning a lot about also themselves and what's working for them as pros, and that's something that we'll continue to push these guys with and work with them on. But I think they're just really smart hockey players. That's the one thing I've seen with kind of these first-year guys that have come in. They understand what works. They're coachable, and they deserve all the success they've had.
Coach, we've been saying over these last couple of weeks that you're finding different ways to win each night, but at the same time, the feeling is kind of the same. Does that speak kind of the temperament of this group right now?
Well, when the clock strikes 60 minutes, or we win in a shootout overtime, that's that feeling. That's the same. How the game or how we get to it has been different ways. Tonight, I thought our discipline was really good. We didn't take a penalty. So now, even when you go down to 11 forwards with McLean leaving, you still have energy because you haven't exerted yourself on the kill. And I think you talked about our last 11 games. Our discipline's been very, very good. Taking, almost 2 or under penalties a game, which allows you to play at a high level and find ways to win.
Obviously, you guys are getting the wins. How much are you guys having to do scoreboard watching? Are you having to do that right now? Just kind of see what other teams.
Well, you check what's going on in the league, but that's after you take care of your own business. We're focused on our own business. Nothing's going to change for us. Just so happens 2 sons come into town for Saturday, Sunday, so we'll enjoy our day off tomorrow, get back to work on Friday, and be ready to go Saturday.
And coach is protecting the lead late to close this one out. Your thoughts on just the defensive work of Jake Bischoff and Dyson Mayo in particular?
Well, yeah, for 2 years that I've been here, those are guys that are willing to sacrifice their body. Last time we were in Coachella, Dice blocked 3 shots in a row on a PK. Bish does it each and every night, and it's contagious. You see other guys doing it. You see the bench get life with it. Those guys understand, as our leaders, that's part of winning.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.